even with a subpoena, to get the phone records of a sitting United States senator. Did I mention it was a sitting United States senator?
Yes, Senator.
The general counsel for that phone company, let's say AT&T, they have the right to seek to quash that subpoena, don't they? This is a sitting United States senator. So general counsel would likely advise the CEO, well, you need to file a motion to quash. The telephone companies could have contested those subpoenas, could they not?
Hypothetically, yes. I can't talk about the facts of this particular case.
We're talking hypothetical.
Senator, subpoenas are issued all the time through phone companies working with the general counsel.
But they can file a motion to quash.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. What just happened in the Senate is absolutely stunning. A senator just exposed what could be one of the most alarming examples of government overreach we've seen in years, involving Jack Smith, the DOJ, and the private phone records of sitting U.S. senators. If you care about government accountability, freedom, and privacy, this video is going to blow your mind. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on all notifications so you never miss the truth the mainstream media won't tell you. So here's how it all started. During a heated exchange, a senator grilled a top Justice Department official, simply referred to as General, about whether phone companies like AT&T could legally hand over the phone records of sitting U.S. senators to federal investigators. The senator pressed the point, could they just hand them over? The answer was clear, no, they would need a subpoena, and not just any subpoena. They'd need probable cause to believe a crime was committed. That means a judge must sign off. This isn't something you do on a political whim, but here's the kicker. Apparently Jack Smith's team might have done exactly that. The senator didn't stop there. He pointed out that telecom companies could have challenged those subpoenas. They could have gone to court, filed motions to quash them, and defended the privacy of U.S. lawmakers. Instead, according to what was hinted in the hearing, they just complied. No pushback, no fight, just handed over data that should have been protected by law. The senator made it clear. That's not just bad judgment. That's potentially civilly liable behavior. These companies could face lawsuits for violating privacy laws. And then came the line that had everyone talking. The senator joked that maybe AT&T should buy some testicles online for not standing up to government overreach. Blunt, brutal, and absolutely on point. Then the senator turned up the heat even more. He asked directly, did Attorney General Merrick Garland or FBI Director Christopher Wray know about this? Were they informed that Jack Smith's office was targeting senators' phone data? The answer? Silence. The DOJ official refused to answer, hiding behind the excuse of ongoing investigations. That's when the senator fired off a warning shot. If this really happened, multiple people inside the DOJ, the FBI, and the telecom industry could be in deep legal trouble. He said flat out, this can't be swept under the rug. If you're watching this, and you think the government needs more transparency, smash that like button right now, and let them know we're watching.
General, welcome. Let's suppose that I'm appointed special counsel at the Department of Justice, and I go to the telecommunication companies, the phone companies. Let's single out AT&T, and I say, look, I know you're busy, but I want to see a copy of the phone records of a sitting United States senator. They're not going to just give them to me, are they?
No, Senator, of course not.
In fact, they're probably going to ask me what planet I just parachuted in from, aren't they?
Yes, Senator.
They're going to tell me to come back with a subpoena, aren't they?
Yes, Senator.
Okay. What do I have to show in that subpoena to get those phone records of a sitting? Did I mention it was a sitting United States senator? I can't remember. What do I have to show to get the phone records of a sitting United States senator?
Yes, Senator, there were actually 8 sitting United States senators.
Yeah, I heard that.
And you would have to have cause.
I'm sorry, what do I have to show?
You would have to have cause to get the
Good
subpoena.
cause or probable cause?
Probable cause.
Okay. Probable cause, or if it's a subpoena, deuces take 'em, good cause. To show what?
You would need good cause for a subpoena ducis tecum, and what you would have to show is that you believed a crime had been committed, or there was a possibility of a crime, or that could lead to other crimes. We
By the
frequently, in criminal enterprises, subpoena cell
By the
phones.
sitting United States Senator.
Senator, they would have to have believed you were part of a criminal conspiracy, is my understanding.
Would a judge have to sign off on it? On the subpoena?
Yes, Senator. Well, for a subpoena ducis tecum, Jack Smith probably took it straight to the judge.
Now, the phone companies, particularly their general counsel, if they're worried about civil liability, even with a subpoena to get the phone records of a sitting United States Senator. Did I mention it was a sitting United States Senator?
Yes, Senator.
The general counsel for that phone company, let's say AT&T, they have the right to seek to quash that subpoena, don't they?
Phone companies frequently do that.
Yeah. And a smart general counsel for that phone company is going to call the sitting United States Senator and say, would you like to weigh in on this? Would you like me to quash the subpoena? We're talking about invading someone's privacy here by a sitting United States Senator. Could the general counsel for the phone company do that?
Well, Senator, if they believe that a crime could have been committed, they could not tip off the person who committed the crime. Again, I can't comment on details of this particular case.
I'm just asking you theoretically.
I've never seen you commit a crime, Senator Kennedy.
But let's suppose, okay, they didn't want to tip off the sitting United States Senator. But the phone company and the general counsel for the phone company, or companies, if there were more than one involved, could say, you know, this is serious as an aneurysm. This is serious as 4 heart attacks and a stroke.
They could, yes.
Yeah.
In any case.
And if they should have filed a motion to quash, and a reasonable person would have filed a motion to quash, because this is a sitting United States Senator, and they didn't file a motion to quash, they would incur civil liability, wouldn't they?
Senator, typically phone companies follow a subpoena from a United States attorney.
I know they do, but they don't have to.
They could challenge it, Senator.
Yeah. And if they don't challenge it, they better have a damn good reason. Right? Right?
Senator, I can't talk about the facts of this particular
This is just
case.
a hypothetical.
In general, hypothetically, Senator, maybe they didn't recognize any of the names of the 8 sitting United States senators.
Hypothetically.
That was a joke.
Or maybe they should have gone to Amazon and buy some testicles online. Instead of just saying, sure, I'll just show you the phone records of a sitting United States Senator on the basis of an administrative subpoena. Now, do you have copies of the subpoena applications for
Yes,
these
Senator,
8
Senator, I can't discuss anything regarding
You
this
can't
case
even
with
tell me
you.
if you have copies?
I can't discuss any of this.
All right,
with
when are
I'm
you
sorry.
going to, General, when are you going to be able to discuss it?
I can't discuss whether there is or is not a pending investigation,
I understand,
Senator.
but
This was
let's
just
assume
brought to light
if
by
there is a
Director
pending
Patel.
investigation, I don't want this to get swept under the rug, okay? Because I think you're going to get pushback from all quarters. I think the telecommunication companies are going to be all over you like a bad rash because they've got liability here for just turning over these records when they knew what was going on. I think some FBI agents may have some liability here. I think a special counsel might have some liability here. If I were your special counsel and you had appointed me, and I wanted to get the records of a sitting United States senator. Is that something you would expect me to tell you as Attorney General of the United States?
They better have.
Yeah.
And
Do we know in this instance of the 8 sitting United States senators if they told Attorney General Garland?
Senator, I just learned about this very recently, as did Director Patel, and we cannot discuss the details. I don't know many of the details.
Well, maybe we ought to get Attorney General Garland here. Do you know if the special counsel told FBI Director Wray? Is that something? Let me put it another way. If I were your special counsel and you were the director of the FBI, and I'm trying to...
Just when you thought the hearing couldn't get crazier, the senator shifted gears to a completely different scandal: Jeffrey Epstein. He brought up an interview where Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick called Epstein the greatest blackmailer ever, saying Epstein used massages and hidden cameras to record powerful men for leverage. And what did the DOJ say about this? The official admitted the FBI hasn't even interviewed Lutnick, despite his explosive public claim. 3 administrations have reviewed Epstein's crimes, and yet somehow we're still hearing that there's no new evidence. You can't make this up. Let's connect the dots here. We have a DOJ that may have overstepped its legal authority by spying on lawmakers. We have telecom companies that may have violated privacy laws. And we have officials who refuse to give straight answers, while credible witnesses make shocking claims about one of the most notorious criminals in recent memory. This isn't about partisanship. It's about abuse of power and lack of accountability. The American people deserve to know who approved these subpoenas, who handed over the data, and why nobody is talking. Friends, this hearing is only the beginning. The senator made it clear. He wants Attorney General Garland and FBI Director Wray in front of Congress to answer for this. And frankly, so do the rest of us. This is about our privacy, our freedom, and the rule of law. If the government can secretly subpoena the phone records of sitting U.S. senators, imagine what they can do to you. Make sure to subscribe, share this video everywhere, and let's keep demanding answers, because the only way to stop corruption is to expose it. I'll see you in the next one.
Get the phone records of a sitting United States senator? Did I mention it was a sitting United States senator? Is that something that you would expect me to tell you as director of the FBI?
In general, I would believe the FBI would help execute the subpoenas.
Yeah.
To the businesses.
Okay, I want to switch to another subject in the 12 minutes that I have left, since everybody else got to go over. I've got to ask you about this, General. Secretary Howard Lutnick on October 1 gave an interview to the New York Post about Mr. Epstein. And he described Mr. Epstein as, quote, the greatest blackmailer ever, close quote. Have you reviewed that transcript of that interview?
I have not reviewed the transcript, but I saw the clip of it.
Okay. It appears that Secretary Lutnick was Mr. Epstein's next-door neighbor. In fact, their townhomes shared a wall. And the reporter that was talking to Mr. Lutnick, she asked how other prominent men could have been associated with Epstein when Mr. Lutnick could immediately sense that he was a, quote, pervert. And then Secretary Lutnick said, or rather the reporter said, did they see it and ignore it? Do you remember that from the interview?
I do.
And Commerce Secretary Lutnick said, no, they participated. And then Commerce Secretary Lutnick goes on to say, quote, that's what his MO was. You know, get a massage, get a massage. And what happened in that massage room, I assume, was a video. This guy was the greatest blackmailer ever, blackmailed people. That's how he had money, end quote. Is that true?
Senator, as our July memo said, we did not uncover evidence. This case has gone through 3 administrations, as well as former U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta.
I know that, Pam, but have you interviewed Secretary Lutnick?
No, Senator.
Do you plan to?
If he wants to talk to the FBI or the FBI wants to talk to him, that is more than on.
Don't you think you ought to talk to him after this interview?
Senator, if Howard Lutnick wants to speak to the FBI and if Director Patel wants to speak to Howard Lutnick, absolutely.
Okay. Maybe we ought to get Mr. Lutnick in here too, Mr. Chairman.